Hello everyone, I'm Korea, and welcome to my IS-EX-1 guide, with the challenge mode as well. So with this map, the challenge mode condition is going to be that there's fewer Syracusan civilians. What this will mean compared to the normal mode is that down here, instead of there being a bunch of civilians lining this bottom row, there's only going to be 3 in this corner. It will mean that the blood meter is going to fill up quite quicker than what the normal mode will be. However, we're not going to be worrying about that blood meter this time around. How our comp is going to be working is we're going to be filling up this space here with our operators and sort of holding down the line. And we'll be primarily using the original buff tile right here with one of our operators. So let me move over to the squad I'll be using. So this is the squad I have going on right now. I'm using a low rarity squad with only one 6-star, just so that everyone can sort of mix and match the squad that fits them well. What I have going for me is 2 Vanguard operators. They are both 2 block, but if you have a stronger 1 block Vanguard as well, go ahead and use them. I then have 2 medics. I am using an AoE medic here, however, 2 single target medics would also work in this situation. I then have a strong defender. I'm using Cora in this case because of her 600 defense. I then have 2 miscellaneous operators here. So right now I'm just using 2 4-star guards, but these can be another defender, it can be a gravel. What these operators are going to be used for is bait. We are primarily going to be using them to block the Syracusan silencer that will be coming out once the blood meter fills, as we don't want them to attack our main DPS, which in this case is going to be my Scotty down here. I then have a Centurion Guard to help handle the top wave, and a ranged DPS to help out, again, with just some more DPS in those waves. And like I mentioned, I'm going to be using a 6-star Scotty here. She's maxed out, just as this is the operator I'm going to be using on that original buff tile. However, if you have another strong DPS option, for example, if you have something like a Thorns, a Blaze, or any other 6-star DPS or high DPS on your team that you can place on the tile, go ahead. But for this example, I'm just going to be using my Scotty. So let's get started.
Everyone, it's time to attack.
So the first few things we want to start doing is placing down one of our vanguards. Right now I'm placing my Fang to cover the top lane. I'm then going to be waiting for enough DP to place down my DPS on the tile here. Now the benefit of this tile is that it's going to give us a lot of attack speed and a lot of attack. Right now my Scotty's sitting at 2k attack, which is what we're going to be needing to deal with that bottom wave they're in. I'm next going to be placing a medic up on top, just to help keep Fang and my vanguards alive. I'll then be placing my second vanguard also on the top lane for DP and just help hold for what we have right now until I can get everyone else out. And then placing my ranged DPS down to help clear the top wave. Now since I have enough DP, I'm going to be swapping out my front vanguard for my Centurion Guard. And then I'll place my second medic. And this is pretty much the bread and butter of the comp here. 2 medics, a DPS facing down to help clear, your main DPS, be it guard or whoever on the tile right here to help clear, and then everyone else. Now I do recommend getting your defender down. I did it a little bit later than I should have, but I should be okay. Right here. Now the reason we have our a defender right here is due to the silencer that's going to appear in this bottom lane. This bar is fairly close to filling up, and once it does, he's going to appear and start running down the lane. He does have a range of something sort of like this, to where once he's in this tile, he will start focusing Cora, but once he moves to the next one, he will start focusing my Scotty here. So what Cora is going to be is sort of a bit of a bait. For one, to help the meter deplete a little bit and to tank a few attacks. Additionally, to keep whatever aggro that might go to Scotty off of Scotty. And then once he moves to this tile here, we will start placing our extra ops down here to tank a bit of the damage. Now let's speed up a little bit. If at any point any of your frontline operators are getting fairly low, pop your medic skills, as you don't want your Centurion Guarder here or your main DPS to fall. Now, once this the silencer comes to this tile right here, if you have any defender skill that gives them a buff to defense, pop it, or if you have like a healing defender, pop their skill as well. I'm also going to be popping my medic skill because Scotty's getting to half HP, and then I'm placing a operator down here to tank a shot or two. So Frost is able to tank 2 shots here. And then the blood meter is going to go down, and the silencer will no longer be buffed, which should be a lot easier for Scotty and everyone else to tank. From here, I will be popping Scotty's skill to help clear the wave. And since Scotty's skill is long enough, she'll be able to deal with multiple enemies that are a bit troublesome. Now here comes the second silencer. As my Korra doesn't have her skill up just yet, she most likely will be killed by the first few shots. Now, I will look to, as the silencer's coming here, place another op to tank a few shots so my Scotty doesn't get obliterated. And now we're all good. Now I'm just going to pop my Centurion skill to deal a bit more damage. And I'm going to get my medic operators skills going as well. And there we have it. And now it's just to whittle away on the silencer. And that is IS-EX-1 with the challenge mode, but this can also work for the normal mode too.
Witness the silent nothingness at the end.